Welcome back. In the last video we made this React app for making the template for a jig so that we can get all the keys into a jig and in the same position, and also so that we can etch letters into them using the laser etcher over here. So these 4 holes we put in them at the beginning, 2 of them line up with these pegs, and that allows us to have the focal point of the laser at the same level throughout, so that we get a sharper etch. I'm going to run 2 quick tests first. First is going to make sure that it's taking the path that I want, and then the second one is going to be on this jig empty to make sure that the borders of the keys line up with the borders of this jig, otherwise this would be pointless. They look mostly okay, but I think the feed rate is too high and it skipped a tooth or something like that on one of the gears. All right, I have a path that seems to work mostly. I'm gonna switch now to the empty jig and see if I can make them all land perfectly where I want them to land all of the letters. That flex isn't good, but whatever, let's just go for it. Clearly, that didn't work out so well. So my measurements are off. Not a huge surprise, but this is salvageable. I think I just really need to squash it down a little bit. How much? The width is about right. It needs some adjustment, but glad I didn't spend a day printing keycaps just to ruin them like this. Still some adjustments to make a little bit better, but as long as I can get the escape, the control button, the delete, and the right key all in the center of these little holes, then the rest should sort of like fill into place correctly. Give this a couple more tries. I guarantee all of this error has to do with me misusing this machine and probably like running this too fast, faster than it needs to go. But all of the little etch marks seem to land inside the holes that I've prescribed for them. So the next step is to paint the keycaps, slide them in there, and then hit them with the laser the same way, and then go through the process of sticking them onto the keyboard. For paint, I'm just going to use a black, pretty standard, like a gloss black, and then after they're etched, I'll hit them with a couple layers of UV protecting varnish. When I paint them, I put them on a little like artist light table. The original version of these were supposed to go on a laptop that had a backlit keyboard, so etching off paint and having light shine through was the whole sort of point, but it still sort of works for this application. I think we should be able to see the letters on black keys on the unlit keyboard. All right, here we go. We got some nice shiny keys with some in it, and I've adjusted the, you can see the sort of steps I took to adjust the size of the file. So once those are dry, then I'm gonna do the final step. After all that, we have a whole bunch of very glossy keycaps, and for the sake of it being interesting, I'm just gonna run this in real time with all the fans and noises of the highway together. And we can hear the laser. here we go. It's not bad. Right on. Alright, let's take a closer look. Alright, that basically worked. Couple problems with it, but this laser isn't really meant for this kind of accuracy. I think it's more meant for, like it's big here. If you look at the space here, I think it's meant for burning wood and cutting cardboard and stuff, not for burning spray paint off of plastic. But this worked, and I'm gonna try and attach them to the keyboard over there, and then we'll take a look at what it looks like at the end. I'll end this one with perfect from far, but far from perfect.